It is time for your NA Advanced Grand Finals for FACEIT League Season 5. You know, I was kind of getting set up earlier, and I was like, wait a minute. This Expert Grand Finals is on Sunday. Today's not Sunday. We're able to get this Advanced Grand Finals on stream. I mean, something we haven't been able to do in the past couple seasons. They've all just kind of fallen at the same time with Open, Advanced, and Expert all happening simultaneously. That's, I mean, pretty common. Not the case here in Season 5. Lucky us. Lucky us. We get a chance to get a look at, you know, some of your next ups coming up here. So, you know, these two teams will be in Expert Division for Season 6. But it is, okay, top 8 out of Advanced Division end up moving into Expert. I know there was a ton of teams in Advanced. Here, let's pull up this bracket real quick. We're at the top of the hour, so we're about to get in some picks bands here. I mean, this is two Advanced teams. I don't really know much about these teams. Mouse is coming through your winner's bracket. You know, dropped a couple of maps there in the quarterfinals. Otherwise, have been, you know, 3-0, including against, you know, UTK and the Volunteers. Normal coming through the lower bracket. Looks like a nice little Cinderella lower bracket one. Look how long ago Normal got knocked down the lower bracket. And a 3-2 to Ilios. Normal get knocked down into lower bracket in the very first round and have fought their way all the way back. Oh, I didn't see it. It looked like a Freya ban. I believe that was a Freya ban. Look at this run from Normal. They were your 3rd seed. So dropping into Ilios, I mean, was unexpected. Ilios was your 14th seed, an 8-8 squad, and Normal lost that upper bracket round 1 to them. So they put themselves into a tough spot right out of the gate, but have managed to make the long run back all the way into the grands through, I mean, as many Overwatch matches as humanly possible. So this is their eighth match of the bracket versus Mouse's 5th. They did play each other in regular season. Mouses did win that one. Normal was not one of their 2 losses, but it was a map 5 banger. Let's see. It was a Freya ban was the first ban. Wrecking Ball was the second ban. Let me ask who. Playtoy says, shout out Uma Masumi. Okay, there you go. Says, what's up, Bullskuck Nation? Shout out Agnes Tachyon. Shout out Oguri Cap. Shout out Psy Games. Shout out Imperished. Let's go. Shout out Persona. Shout out Zafin Mom. Bubber says, shout out my cat. Okay, so it was Normal who got that first ban. So it was Normal with the Freya ban. Let me go plug that in for you real quick. And what did I say was a Wrecking Ball there on the other side? Hey, you know, maybe they know something we don't. I mean, again, it's our first look at these two teams. Advanced teams moving up through the ranks. Holiday Mayor, thank you for the follow. We also had Adar or Adair, could go either way, following earlier. I appreciate it. Show Guy says, let's go Team Normal. Those are my goats. They're on a generational run. That lower bracket run's just amazing. I mean, that's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. But as I was starting to say, you know, being advanced teams, we don't often get a chance to get advanced teams on, so it is our first look at these two teams. But, you know, I know for at least, no matter what debate, we know for a fact these two teams will be an expert for next season. And so we get this wonderful opportunity to get a kind of a preview of some of your graduating class moving up in Season 6. And I couldn't be more excited. I'm just going to throw it out there. Teams that have been in for their advanced grand finals in the past are now kicking ass in Master Division. I'm just saying. Maybe these two teams continue that run. Let's get into it. We're going to kick things off in Ilios. Let's get into map 1. Once again, it was a 3-2 last time between these two teams. They started on Oasis last time. No Ilios in their previous matchup. Mouses, y'all correct me if it's supposed to be Mouses or Mouse5. I don't really know. So let me know. I'm just going to go with Mouses unless you tell me it's supposed to be the number. Because Mouses is funny. But Mouses did win that previous matchup back before I distracted myself. We are looking at a Diva matchup between both of these squads. No Winston from either team. Winston just so tough to play in this meta. I mean, even without the Freya on the battlefield, which we're not seeing any Freya here, we're actually getting some Tracer Sombra, but I mean, that's no matter what DPS side, like Winston just feels a little tough to play right now. So you get a little bit more room for error with the Diva. Drop it down. Play Toys will receive that Suzu Outer Myth Rhea. Speaking of some room for error. Oh, but Dreamcatcher gets run down. Nice recognition from Bruber or Brubber. Oh, that's gonna be a tough one to say. Oh, is that a double boop? Oh, that is the double boop from Zindafan. Oh no! Oh, caught that one in 1080. That'll give normal the flip. Fallen OWC, appreciate the follow. Heck yeah, 8R241, always supporting our boy. Damn right. Love to see it, love to see it. Dream Chaser here in the comic skin with the Galactic Weapons. Cool combo, I love the aesthetic here, Dream Chaser. Very close to a Pulse, kind of dancing around with Ruger at the moment. Ooh, that was a nice volley of headshots on the Zaf with the flick, but is eventually get the recall forced out, and Brewer gets the rundown onto Dream Chaser, unable to bring that Pulse into the mix. Zindai is able to kill their counterpart and keep the Sound Barrier off the table as well. So, an important Kitsune Rush now invested from 10. You're able to get the self-destruct out from Play Toys. They think they can get this back, and Sound Barrier invested in from Zindai. It's double support ults thrown in here from Normal. They're able to get a D-Mech onto Play Toys and a kill on the Mithril with it. So value on the back of the double support ult investment. And they're going to maintain control of the objective at 67% and counting with an EMP here to help defend it. And some late kills coming in from Zaf and, well, it looked like a reset. I think Zindafan got in the mix there. Day Dogs are over. Day Dogs are over. Excuse me. Appreciate the follow. Fallen OWC says, let's go normal. The Brad is the GOAT. That EMP from up top from Brad, excuse me. Soundmare from Tachyon seems to have been good. Self-destruct thrown onto this point. Sekis? Yeah, I don't know. Sekis? I mean, who knows? Sekis. I think Sekis is probably what I'm going with. Never got to invest the OC. Never got to use that overclock, but still, Mouse5 is able to come away with the point. The twoop. Oh, that's good. I like the twoop. That's clever. That's clever. Sekis does have the OC in an entrenched high ground position. Ruber with the good chase down, actually anticipating the jump over to the opposite balcony and stays locked in on Sekis. Nice play out of Ruber. The OC removed from the fight. I mean, it's a huge read and will force us to a 9-9 situation. We're even going to see 10 go ahead and invest, try to win this out. Sound barrier thrown in, and the Brad is able to flip it. Gets 2. Sekis returns, pops the overclock. Mouse is in control, able to at least get this percentage up, but they're going to have to stall for longer and figure out what to do after. Play Toys got the stall in, but now what? 97%? Is there enough to hold on? Sekis is going to swap. Dream Chaser recall forced already. Gonna be tough to get back in. Not going to find a way. Following only to say the Brad owns you. Okay. Well, Skaloig, I appreciate the follow. Kobe Carey's also following as well. Lucio Diva and Ilios Lighthouse so good. Yeah, I can see that. Both teams will stick with the Lucio Kiri here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Kobe Curry says, is Mouse5 Mouse's noob team? I don't know. I mean, you're clearly a 10 fan. Let's keep an eye on 10. Let's see how 10 responds. Is 10 able to handle Mouses? Sekis going over to the Genji. Oh, well, I don't know. Looked like the Suzu wasn't quite in time there from 10. And Zendai fan gets absolutely destroyed. Dream Chaser is going to move in and find the Kiriko themselves. So, opening question there, if Mouses is a noob team. Well, they're going to come out with this first cap after destroying the normal backline. And they do have control here. Mouses do have the 1-0 after a very close win there on the opener of Lighthouse. Dream Chaser with a beautiful little one clip. And despite, you had just Bruber and Zindafan just kind of watching from up above. Dream Chaser sneaks in that one clip. I don't think anybody expected that. It just prompts a reset here. Normal does fall all the way back. All right, so Brad's into a tourbillon. Keep an eye on where this backline is positioned. Looks like just a full cage hold. Playtoy's trying to play through main. Ruber loops back around to main, kind of regroups with the turret and gets some heals, kind of top up. You see, this is kind of home base at the moment for Normal as they push on to the objective. Pulse out, Kitsune Rush used. Playtoy is trying to push forward. Wall to isolate some of that heals from that back line. Dream Chaser's able to pick up one, and the Brad gets picked off by the wall. Oh, and look like a couple people might have ended up just resetting after that, but what a great jagged wall. Playtoy looking very comfortable there in the hazard. Does Sekis know you have to click people with the ultimate? It is good advice. Good advice. At least for the OC that you're referring to. Now Sekis has to chop people with the ultimate. There's going to get a beat blade combo. Try to chase down Zindafan, who dropped in their own sound barriers. Zindafan's able to skirt away. Meanwhile, there's a Kitsune Rush on the point where 10 picked up a kill on Tachyon. Losing the Brad in the exchange, though. Now we're looking at Normal trying to hang on. Brewer's in a bit of trouble. Is able to get the burst damage kill. Good play from Brewer, but they're not going to... Oh, wait a minute! Brewer does get the kill on a Dream Chaser. Wait a minute. That should not have happened. That is not how that script went. I'm looking at the script now. No, that's not how the script was drawn up. Normal gets the kill with the self-destruct. All right. We got ourselves a nice little round two. Dream Chaser sneaking in underneath. That is, yeah, getting shot at a turret. That's a dangerous spot to be. It's not going to work. Meanwhile, Zaf just assassinates your backline. Ooh, back-to-back kills there for Zaf. Okay. The Tracer from Normal starting to warm up here a little bit. Facing off a Dream Chaser. Little jump scare on a Dream Chaser. Dream Chaser does just blink out, no recalls used. Now in a 1v2. Catches 10 on top of Lighthouse. 10 does swift step back out, rejoin the rest of the team, where Brad is thrown in a Molten Core. Just a little bit of a rotation there from Mouses as they push up to high ground, trying to chase the supports. Meanwhile, Normal has moved into the backside of Cage. Playtoys and Sekis now looking to converge. Gonna land right on top of the Kitsune Rush, throw it in. It's gonna be a disengage with the Suzu, but it's still not enough to prevent all this damage coming in. Dream Chasers pulls, a couple of good dashes from Sekis. Mouses will win out in this fight. It could be just good enough right there to send us on over to Ruins. That's the Gong of Death. We'll see you in round 3.
Score 1-1.
Brad sticking on the Torbjorn, coming into our third and final round of Ilios. Really no changes from Mouses. They're coming in with the Hazard, the Trey Genji up on front with the Lucio carry backline. We're moving into a Bat Brig Orisa setup here from Normal. So looking to establish control and just never give it up. Highly mobile, highly lethal comp from Mouses. Needs to avoid that front line. See if they can pounce onto Zaf in this back line. There's the drop down. Oh, but Zaf has already picked up one. He's got the opener on a Tachyon. Does get traded, and you can see the entirety of Mouses has kind of reconvened on the opposite side of the map. Control going over to Normal here to start things off. So they got what they needed as far as that. Now they need to anchor down. Oh, beautiful. Jagged wall. That's the second time I've seen Playtoys with just a perfectly positioned jagged wall to secure a kill. Does get swung back in a bit of a mosh pit here in that little open area. Pulse does kind of get shrugged off, but Dream Chaser still managed to just follow up. Consistent, good recognition from Dream Chaser, able to pick up 2 kills. Terror Surge from Brewer to hold on at 1 health, does pick up 2 of their own. And this has stayed kind of messy through this. Sekis is going to move up top to challenge Zaf, just chase them off that high ground. Make sure the trades don't just continue here. Both teams walk away with roughly 25% when the dust settles. Voilance comes through the follow. Thank you so much. Says go Normal. Oh, I owe y'all some Preds. I never put Preds in for y'all. I am so bad. I am so sorry. I'll get y'all some Preds for map 2. Yet another great jagged wall. This one will get Mouses up to about 60%. Getting very close to the last opportunity here for Normal to get something done on Ilios. We've come off the Oasis and decided to swap to a D.Va, try to match some of this mobility. But I mean, we're still looking at kind of an anti-dive comp. So it's a matter of controlling the space. Downpour, tossed in. Xenophant's caught in. That rally has been popped. Sekis is going to pull out the blade. Tachyon trying to get that beat down. I don't think that beat landed. I didn't see it land. I believe Berber does get the AJ. Either that or just faded. But the anti-dive works out here. Not a moment too soon. We get 99% on the board. Mouses will just need one more fight to win this. But now Normal have finally gotten themselves entrenched, gotten stabilized, and this is where they want to be. I have to go back to work, but I know that Brad will carry. Oh, I appreciate you being here to support him. All right, Colonel, I appreciate it. Zaffy showed us some mean Tracer skills. There in that previous round. Had a great team fight. Now has a Deadeye for this next one. Let's see the versatility here from Zaff. He's going to pick up a kill on a Playtoys. There you go. That should just win him the fight right there. I'm going to deflect out, and that's Sekis and company just with a safe disengage as they wait for Playtoys to respawn. Everybody from Normal just hold back, just kind of stay out of the way of that Kitsune rush, sitting in this little open area. Now there's an amplification matrix thrown towards the point, but try to deal with Tachyon and Sekis in the backline, and they do. Dream Chaser was trying to get in the mix here, but they're not able to find any interest. The anti-dive works out. Once established, it was too tough to dislodge Zaf, the Brad, and the rest of Normal, and they will close out Ilios here in a 2-1, 100 to 99. I mean, we go the distance here on map 1. Any indication? We are in for a banger here, friends. We're here for a banger. All right, it's a WPG pick here out of Mouses. With the Diva banned out. Okay. So Mouses had banned out the Wrecking Ball previously. Let's go get some stats there from map 1. What stands out? What stands out stat-wise? Bruber with only 4 deaths. Because swapping between the Diva and the Orisa. Remember, it is normal that banned out. Excuse me, it's Mouses that banned out the Diva heading into map 2 as well. Only 6 damage. Look how close the damage is between those 3. That's ridiculous. Wait a minute, look at that, y'all. Random Onions, thank you for the follow. Look how ridiculously close the damage is between Bruber, Obby Puppy, who is Play Toys in game, and then Martian. That's crazy town. That's crazy town. There's like 20 damage separating all 3 of those players. What? What? That's nuts. All right, I promise y'all some preds for map 2. I will deliver. I will deliver. Let's see. Actually, I have a few things to catch up on here, don't I? All right, I'll send y'all in. It was an Ana ban, and from normal, first and foremost. Let me get that in for you. There's that. Now some preds here from map 2.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Boom. There you go. There's some preds for map 2, as promised. Hey, wow. What is this composition? We're getting some Widow Reaper. Okay. Nightmare rotation would be proud. We've also got Bruber on the Hog, just to further elaborate that. I mean, yeah, Dirt in the rotation squad, we are sitting up somewhere going, okay. I don't know why Dirt turned into Yoda for that, but that's how I picture Dote is like Roadhog Yoda. We do get Sekis in the Freya, which was banned out there on Ilios. Oh, nice shot from Zaf. Yeah, I was gonna say Zaf, I think it was just waiting for that peek. Sekis gives it to them, and well, Zaf delivers on the kill. And normal, just looking to march on through point A here. It looked like everybody just kind of is able to... Oh, seconds! Oh, we got that! We actually got that! That's sick! What a deflect! Gets the headshot onto the sniper! What a sick deflect! Oh my goodness. Nether Dragon and Mistfish, thank you so much for the follows. Seconds is able to follow up with a kid on the both of the backliners as well before Bruber finally kills them. Oh, that's a whole hog. I mean, you bought the first half of the map with that whole hog. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. This is giving time for Zaf to move up to the high ground and challenge Sekis, an usual Tracer Genji fight for the top of shuttle. But, you know, with this pedal in play, you're able to get your Roadhog on top of shuttle and drop down in. I don't know if Mouse has fully expected that, but they are starting to recover a little bit. With that said, Tree now thrown into play from 10, and Zaf is able to pick up a kill. Downpour and Kitsune Rush combined with a Pulse Bomb onto this point. All three out from the defense, and still Brad is just going to Death Blossom onto Tachyon. 98% away from a sound barrier. The Brad delivers a pair of kills, denies your beat, silences the music, silencing the DJ. 2 points on the board, 5 minutes on the clock here for normal. Brad continues to sharpen their shotguns. Flanking. Thank you. We are going to get Play Toys swapping off the Hazard for the first time in a little bit. Going on to the Malga here. Ooh. Brewer with a clutch pick, so I mean, despite it getting traded out, Brewer's continue to try to find something here. Blade on the Zinda fan. Things are getting a little bit wild. 10's gonna get popped as a highly aggressive sound barrier. Throw it in here from Tachyon. We didn't really find much value on the back of the sound barrier. Like, I understand playing aggressive and securing some picks. You know, you got the Brad was kind of stuck there in the old spot. But still, the sound barrier not quite finding anything there. You know, let's not get. You're fine, mate. Don't worry about it. You're fine. I figured it was a misclick. So now, not a lot of ultimates for this defense to hold with. Oh, hey. Suzu used out a 10 to help fend off the stick from Dream Chaser. Berber, who has come off the hog, by the way, is on an Orisa to push it around this last corner. Lands a jab. Play-Toys is looking very low. Tries to just overrun into the opposite corner. Does have the cardiac overdrive, but is not able to get enough damage with it to heal back up. As Brad comes up with a pair of kills in this fight. The Brad with the triple kill. Gong of Death. 3 minutes on the clock. And 3 points on the board.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Bruber and the Brad both go completely flawless. They're on Normal's attack. 14-0, 12-0 respectively. Only 6 deaths in total, all at 2 apiece between your two backliners and Zaf.
Ready for battle.
Which way do it curve? Is that like, how's it hanging? Is that what's up? What's up, Horrocks? Good to see you, champion. Good to see you. Huge congrats out to Super Scared of Women, your EBA expert Grand Champions. Is Zaf and Zaf? You would probably know better than I would. Okay, yes, says Nether Dragon. Okay. Have you seen, what do you know about Zafan there, Ame? This, I'm, not very familiar with these players. We're kind of getting a preview, of some of our teams we'll see an expert next season here with this grand finals. We're back into the same Lucio Lifeweaver, Roadhog with the Reaper Widow. God, that's Lucio Lifeweaver, Roadhog, Reaper Widow. Quite a composition. Like, that's just... Answer the question. Brad hanging out right in front of the spawn door. Talk about some aura farming. Does not even get the recall out. He makes up top with 1 health, and Mithraya is there for the kill. So now you got Dream Chaser on the point, and a lot of damage has kind of been taken out of this composition. Now, an interesting setup is what is the highly mobile Fast plays, pick-oriented comp. Really just kind of staging on the objective right now. And Dive, wants to move fast once it's established, but it takes time for Dive to set up, and that's kind of what we're seeing here. Now, the Hazard Dive not quite as slow to set up as, say, a Winston Dive would be, or a Diva Dive. You can see they're very quickly able to make a move, cross the gap, and Playtoy's Dream Chaser, both landing on their targets of choice. The elevator is occupied. Sorry, the Brad. We'll have to wait for the next one. Playtoys with the Triple in this fight, and we're looking at a just nice little one and done here on point A out of Mouses. Hey, you know what? Those hanging is crazy. It's okay, the Fudgy. It's okay. Champion celebrating is totally understandable. I'm happy y'all are having fun. I'm happy y'all are happy. Oh, Seconds runs into the Brad, tried to jump down and escape Bruber's Orisa swap. Roadhog on this map is secret meta. Also, we'll skip my beloved. Oh, Fudgy. Big hearts, my friend, big hearts. Playtoys just continues to rack up picks. He's going to drop a two-player downpour. Zenifan does land this sound barrier up top. I'm not even sure there was anybody up here to follow up. Meanwhile, the Brad could be in trouble. Ends up getting pounced on as Seconds comes through with the flank to help secure that kill. This cart continues to roll. 3 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock. We were just backing away here to the top exit. Good friends with Playtoys. Played against her. And okay, so Playtoys is she, her. Okay. In open grand final. Smith Rhea on the come up. Okay, awesome. Good. No, that's amazing, Ahmed. That's more than I do. That's amazing. I mean, you clearly had heard of Zaf as well. Zaf was Zaffer. Somebody clearly that you had come across in ranked, I'd imagine. I don't know. Hey, Playtoys and Zeka's getting it done here. Playtoys continues to just excel. Picks up multiple kills in that fight. We're looking at 4:42 on the clock. Playing Nightmare Rotation, Roadhog, or Weaver on this map, actually really good. Yeah. No, for real, wild hate. Playing against Hog Reaper Widow on defense on this map? Yeah, I can understand it. We have got into a bit more of an anti-dive comp. Not to be confused with counter-dive. But anti-dive. With the Brad pulling out the Haz. We also got Zaf into Cassidy as well. So a bit of a double hit scan look. I mean, really just anti-flanker. It's not enough. Even with everybody kind of leveraging the heroes, the best heroes they can, to try to fend off this dive comp, Tachyon, Playtoys, and the rest are able to just mow through. They surround great comms, great calling as far as target priority. Really well executed. Now, we are going to get a recontest. Not much to work on ult-wise. But, I mean, Brad and Zap can be so resilient and put out a ton of damage just without even any ultimates, just with their base cooldowns. So they're able to fall back, get some heals, and Machado Field has already been invested from 10. But Zap is able to pick up a kill and attack on, and Bruber fighting Playtoys will hold this line. Okay, Playtoys thinking about some swaps. Lands on the Orisa after trying to convince the team of the Zarya. After failing to convince the team of the Zarya. I will say, not picking the Zarya probably good. You would have been absolutely toast right there. Seconds with a blade in plane. But, I mean, with Rally up, Deadeye up, and Matrix and Molten Core, 4 ults simultaneously invested out of normal. They do fend off the Beat Blade combo with that. Now, did they save enough? That was a enormous investment. Especially with, Bread and I mean, really, Deadeye, Ant Matrix, Molten Core, all kind of zoning ultimates, all buying space to, you know, for the rest of your team to get to set up and do something else. While you did have the sustain ult there of the rally, man, I think you could have held on to two of those other three. But good shielding up, Zaf just clicking heads out here. All right, I'll move for a body shot bandit. But it is going to take their total of 3 picks before Play Toys eventually goes down. So Cart stopped on the corner once again with 90 seconds to go. We got Lep in here cheering on Play Toys. Let's go. What is the difference between counter dive and anti-dive? Counter dive is like you're also playing dive and you're looking to strike at the same time and get the kills more efficiently than your opposing team, like trying to trade backlines. Anti-dive is trying to fend off the opposing dive with like Torbjorn and Cassidy and players that are, or heroes that are very resilient to the dive. Not working out against Dream Chasers Genji here though. The dive works. You see all the assists in the fade. Really a fantastic Kitsune Rush. Well timed in place Kitsune Rush from Mithraya. Gets this cart within 2 meters, but it's going to be up to Play Toys and Company to push it home. Terror Search will pick up a kill on to 10. Oh, and Zaf with that nice energy jab at the back of it. Play Toys finds 3. And this should be a cap. See how long it takes for the cleanup to come through. I'm on my walk right now, just chronically online, says Lem. Hey, I appreciate you being here, Goat. We do get the cap here, but man, what a time bank advantage for normal. We'll see if attacker's advantage is enough to overcome this.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Pretty darn close stat-wise.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Oh, no, hey, no, wait, no, stop all that. Oh my goodness. Thank you. And get the Bastion not using the artillery perk. No, and there's no such thing as stupid questions, Dog Day. I think it was a wonderful question, actually. Oh, good kill for Brad. Love the grenade there for the follow-up. Does secure that kill out of Sekis. A little bit of attacker's advantage here. Martian Thanos says Naturel. Appreciate the follow there. All right, see if I can not botch our POVs this time. We're going to get the drop down for Bruber. Trying to re-engage on this point. Brad has this high ground will play to it. Just got to be careful. The Suzu has already come out. That's going to be the drop down from the Brad as well. Has to recognize Dream Chaser playing on the outside, and you saw Sekis land a couple of good take-aim bolts. Puts the Brad back into spawn, and the bulk of the damage from this defense has gone along with it. Now, with that said, Zaf has been able to clap back a little bit. Gruber's still alive and well. And then we're down to the wire. Tachyon dancing on the point, hoping for reinforcements, none to be found. That's as far as Mouses are going to get here in their extra innings assault. No attacker's advantage for you this time. Well, at least it doesn't result in as much of an advantage as I think they would have liked.
Initiating match.
Miss Patalio Dub, thank you for the follow. Or is it MSP Tally?
Ready for battle.
All right, we're looking for a 345 point A fuller hold.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're going into a little bit more of the Orisa with the cash trace, a little bit more of the meta comp here to try to make this happen. We're very much not in the meta comp here from normal on the other side. Zap back into the Widowmaker here for this opening point. It's playing low on the cart, not playing that back high ground spot where a lot of Widows like to sit. Trying to be a little creative with the positioning there and just kind of playing main corner. Zinni circles, gets the boop, and, you know, just a little bit of scouting information. Mouse is not happy with getting knocked off that top box. Just decides to go ahead and drop. Try to meet the team down here in the car wash. Where Brad is the one actually in control. You might have a, you know, in lieu of a Tracer, Brad with cart control on the Reaper. Reaper is taking a lot of damage early in this. Of course, it can be tough to kind of play into the, you know, we played into Cass Orisa as a wrecking ball. Well, that was a lot of roll through damage, but, you know, I mean, Sekis has got a little bit extra health, more than most DPS, more resilient than the average. Brad will get run off a point, and Brewer's gonna have to swap off that wrecking ball. The Brad just, ooh, able to sneak in a kill onto the Baptiste? What a huge pick! The Brad assassination uses the double shotgun kill to get the finish on Tachyon as well. Brad has just moved in and found your backline. Even down a player, the Reaper is able to sneak in while they're waiting for Brewer to get back into this fight. Oh, but Dream Chaser has answered twofold on the other side. Death Blossom out of Brad, shut down by Play Toys. But Play Toys is low. Brewer is able to find the kill. Tachyon still holding on by a thread alongside Sekis here on this Sombra. Brewer is able to find the former, but Sekis stands with Mithraya returning. And the defense hanging on by 1.5 meters. Kitsune Rush thrown in from 10. I was trying to get caught up what you're trying to talk about in chat, but I haven't had a chance. And Matrix in from this defense. Tachyon goes down, holding the B. No! That is not what you wanted to see if you were a Mouse's fan. This is the Brad 5 and 2. The Brad, that is, not to be confused with anything gluten. Normal take it home. Oh, you had it. Oh, you had it, Mouses. You had the tools to hang on. Can't quite get the sound barrier out into play. The stream itself is on a 2. Sorry, something went funky on me there. Apologize. I apologize. Like, cut into the play of the game. Okay, so we get a king's pick here out of Mouses. So try to pick a dive comp there. Or dive map rather. See if they can play the diva, ban out the diva, play into the hazard a bit. But normal just go into the anti-dive. It ends up working out. So it's a King's Row pick out of Mouses from map 3 and a Torbjorn banned out here. Let's go look at some stats. Pants Baby, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Let me get that Torbjorn band plugged in before I forget. Yeah, no spoilers. No spoilers. The stream itself is on a 2-minute delay. So please, no spoilers in chat. If you're looking at, say, the FACEIT match page, it's going to give you spoilers compared to what you're seeing on stream. Please do not repeat that until stream has caught up.
Now entering King's Row.
There's some Preds there for map 3. God, I love having a stream deck. I can simultaneously turn down the music so it doesn't clash with the King's Row intro as I'm giving y'all Preds. Oh, amazeballs. Then I can go in here and set the camera. Well, how about we'll just stick it in the bookstore. And boom. Let's get into map 3. Time for some King's Row. Let's see. The auto ban is from WPG. I owe you a ban. Well, we were looking at map 1 stats too, weren't we? Map 2 stats, Zaf, the Brad, and Bruber all end up within 2 kills of each other. Zaf and the Brad both had 34 elims. Bruber at 36 with 16k, 0.8 damage, leading the lobby in damage. Let's see, it was a hazard ban in from normal. No, get out of there.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
All right, Zaf with the shot, and didn't like where they're fighting. We're going back into a Tracer. Headed to Lucio Carey. Oh, Nether Dragon subbing in. Okay, so we got Nether Dragon subbing in for Gruber. Or Bruber, no, Bruber. Forgive me, I'm still getting used to everybody's names, but I know. Plato is able to pick up an opener on a Zaf, though. And, I mean, Sekis with this high ground advantage on the Freya, could be tough. You know, you're going to have to respect the sight lines out of Zaf, right? Now, that is going to be the one thing you got to keep, be mindful of if you're Sekis. But, you know, right now, controlling back hallway. Brad doing a little bit of push on that, but other than the Reaper, not really much to give presence up here. Trying to lead back down onto the point where Brad's able to pick up one escape with very, very little health. One thing was as down as 3 health. That's a stick out of Dream Chaser. Put it into Zaf's raid. Open up some of those sight lines. Moves in. It'll finish off 10. Nice play there out of Dream. Gonna fall back. Rotate through the house. Meanwhile, Nether Dragon has moved on the objective. Tachyon very low health. Still 20% away from Soundbearer. Meanwhile, Zendii fans gotten theirs into the fight. Mithraya is going to fall on the back of the beats in from Zendii fan. Tachyon dies. Terror Surge from Nether Dragon is good. And despite some late trades from Sekis and Dream Chaser, we will get a point A cap here out of normal.
Escort the payload.
What was that? I don't know. The Brad is not something. I was trying to figure out what that was. That one went by too quick. Well, it's Dream Chaser. Yeah, giving chase. They're on to Nether Dragon. Considering Rush thrown in from 10 to get around Bookstore. Angle back towards the long haul. Terror Surge and Soundbearer have been invested. Mouse is not able to find much with either. So Death and Blossom out of Brad just appears in the back alley. Oh, it is not what you wanted to see. Meanwhile, Sekis has been able to pick up one of his Kitsune Rush, giving the advantage back over to Mouse's. We had Playtoy securing herself a kill through that exchange as well. So despite the Brad able to pick up one, ooh, and able to Wraith form out, 5 back to safety. The attack does kind of fizzle out here. Nether Dragon very low. He's got to just stall. Wait for some heals. Soundbarrier down from Zinai Fam. Pushing forward. The Brad just pointing shotguns back towards the Orisa, but forced off of their prey by Sekis' ultimate. Bolo shot doesn't scare any kills, though. Sekis going to forego trying to get that Orisa. Maybe wish they had stuck on the Orisas. Nether Dragon is going to respawn. Finds Tachyon through the exchange. Playtoys with the Terror Surge is going to find Zindai Fan. Might have just put a stop to this attack. So it ends up working out, and Playtoys is able to strike back as well. Dream Chaser is frickin' pissed. That was Suzu forced out by that last shot. Otherwise, somebody would have died. That is all the cooldowns, but now here comes the Kitsune Rush, so they're going to get him right back. Seconds try to wait up top. Bolo shot. Ooh, I half expected to get thrown in there, but the window has closed. The opportunity no longer available, and this defense might have just missed the chance to stop this cart with it. A decisive play there on that Kitsune Rush from 10. And Normal have got to the second point on the board. There's a late stagger there. Back on Seconds. What's Seconds doing back there? I got an ad. I'm so sorry, Sugar. Taking one for the team. I appreciate you. I'm so sorry. Terry says, can Dream Chaser one or more kill 9 every fight? Come on now. Let's go, Dream Chaser. Why'd you swap off the comic book skin? Zaf is waiting inside with the pulse. Ooh, lands it too! Tachyon will get blown to smithereens. So massive Kitsune Rush advantage. Zindai Fan absolutely going to take advantage of that. All attention towards Playtoys. They looking to kind of flip the map, flip the script, flip the point. No such luck. Hey, but no Wraith form for Brad either. Dream Chaser is able to at least get there one, but this cart continues to roll around the final corner. Seconds makes it up to the high ground, throws the bolo shot down, but it is off the mark to find 10. 10 backs up into the corner. Dream Chaser still in pursuit. 10 very low. Brad with the Death Blossom in, finds Dream Chaser. Will cancel off that pursuit. Dream Chasers down. Normal are in with 3 on the board and a $130 to their name. And another good push. The Brad with a fantastic Death Blossom there at the end of the point. The funny comps, the funny picks working out. Working out here for Normal. Love to see it.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Oh no, the ads just run auto, show guy. They just run auto. I'm your producer, caster, observer. I'm a one-man band. I'm taking care of your preds, Like, I don't have time to try. I would love to be able to time my ads. Hey, you know what? Maybe one day I get that thrown on the stream deck or something. Time my ads. Yeah, streamers can initiate ad breaks. They absolutely can. It's just a lot for me to try to keep up with, to try to make sure that I get the ad breaks in the middle of, you know, between maps and stuff. That would be an extreme, that's just a whole other level of complexity for me to try to layer in here. No, you're absolutely correct, Show Guy. But I'm just running auto ads on the stream. I'm not trying to get in there and manually do that. They just, I mean, if you get unlucky timing, I'm really sorry. Like, you know, taking one for the team, supporting the stream by having to watch an ad. Hey, there's always, you know, always a Prime sub if you're, you know, if you have Prime, or, you know, subs is a great way to not watch ads. It never hurts us streamers' feelings. Are extremely appreciated at all times. So far, big flawless defense. They're out of normal. Didn't really look at stats very much, did we? We had Nether Dragon only dying once so far here. It was 24-1 after that first hold. Okay, so hotel rotation. Try to flip this script. This is going to get the back line to try to hold back in the archway. Keep an eye on Mithraya. Yeah, Mithraya gets run down. It's exactly the player they needed to stay alive through this for that rotation to have any value. So with just the Lucio left, I mean, that completely breaks apart there. So I love what Mouse5 was trying to do. They just couldn't keep their backline alive through that. Mithraya had to get settled and wasn't able to stabilize back in the archway. So Kitsune Rush combo with the Terra Surge right over the statue. A pretty good disengage for Sekis is able to pick up a kill. But good follow through. I love the aggression. Even down a player. Normal decides to go ahead and invest the sound barrier, get aggressive, and make a good read that they've got the cooldown advantage. Well played, well timed. So you're coming up on double support ults here. We might be able to use a Sekis Deadeye. Try to open this up, get some room for Play Toys and company to move in, set up perhaps for this Amp Matrix or this Pulse Bomb. Early damage on the bird. We're just going to use the Amp Matrix right out of the gate. Try to follow up on that. It is a little impatient, and you can see the result. Nether Dragon is able to find both DPS through that, even though the two support ults have been invested from Mouse5 early in this fight. This will kind of very much dissuade Mouse5 from wanting to invest anything else. If Mouse5 win, I'm donating subsens, Minjiro. Well, hey, I mean, I'd hope you just root for him in general. Still super effective, be it on the Widowmaker or, you know, whatever hero you could, you know, very much indicated by the 24-5. Nether Dragon still 33-1. Still just the one death for Nether Dragon thus far. Kitsune Rush, and I'll throw it in from 10. Terror Surge up. And going to lead to a kill on Tachyon. 4 assists on that. Zaf gets the final blow. I guess 3 assists. All right, so Mouse is making a swap. We're going to get a D.Va now here in this final 30 seconds. Good early damage on to Brad, but as soon as Play Toys tries to follow up, Nether Dragon's there with a beautiful spear to help cover. Now Brad has got the cooldown back and is able to Wraith form back into safety. Play Toys with a great eat. They're able to deny a little bit of damage here. We're going to get the sound barrier down. Brad goes heading into the backline for Sekis. Defense Matrix, will prevent the kill, but Brad is able to Wraith form and deny a kill from the other direction. Drops the Death Blossom to Defy Dream Chaser off of the point. Kitsune Rush thrown in from Mithraya. There's just not enough bodies left on the objective. Normal will take King's Row and move up to championship point. All right, it's a Runasapi pick. They're out of Mouses. So we're gonna go back into more of a ground and pound, but they ban out the Orisa. Okay. Now do they try to stick with the hazard look? Do they try to stick with these dive compositions? Maybe trying to force a ram mirror or something like that as well as another option. But I can see what the Orisa being banned out it may be Play Toys and Company really trying to see if they can force this Haz to work here on Runasapi. Let's go look at some stats there from map 3. I mean, Normal did ban the Haz away from him already. That Haz ban has already been used. But, I mean, Normal just need to win one more. Just need to win one more to be crowned your champions. And just a reminder, Mouses did win the previous head-to-head in the regular season. This was a 3-2 victory for Mouses in the regular season. And Normal are coming through on this insane lower bracket run. They got knocked to lower bracket in the very first round and are playing their 10th match of this playoff. So Normal have literally made it all the way through the entirety of the lower bracket. And now sit here 3-0 in your grand finals. And Mouses were able to 3-0 UTK. And, UTK took a couple maps off of Normal, right? Like, this is... I believe, UTK were your second seed. The Volunteers were your second seed. I mean, so an insane run so far here from Normal. To be sitting here at 3-0 in your grand finals. One map away from being crowned the championship after the most Cinderella of Cinderella runs of all time. Genji banned out headed into map 4. So just another way for Normal to try to attack this dive composition, as they are anticipating that Sekis will want to pull out that Genji, and just that Mouses will want to play more into that dive. Floofy ILY, excuse me, Floofy ILY. That is an amazing name. In honor of Floofy ILY, we will get you some floof. We'll get you some floof on cam.
Objective unlocked.
Oh shit, I was muted. Holy shit. Thank you, Maddie. Danny Bot, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I just had a tickle in my throat and I forgot to unmute. Okay, so I've changed my setup a little bit, and that being muted is one of the things that I've changed. And so my bar doesn't go gray like it used to. I'm gonna have to look at my stream deck to see if I'm muted. That was just a result of me changing my setup a little bit. I'm sorry, y'all. But we're back. We're back. Thank you, Maddie. And well, you know what? You've got Mouses with checkpoint with lead. 4 ults here. Brad tried to swap to a Bastion. Of all things, we've actually solved this swap earlier. But is under a lot of duress. Seconds will come up with not only that pick, but pick on to Zendai Fan as well. I thought I had double tapped the mute button earlier when I actually had the tickle in my throat, but apparently I did not. It happens. Wheels down for Brad. Kind of the window of burst damage. You're not really able to get much out of that. So Playtoys is going to respond. There's the Vortex. There's the Nemesis. Zendai Fan, how is the sound barrier? And this will force everybody back. Nathan Dragon with a great pick. Finds Mythoraya on that disengage. That is such a good pick. May not even have to invest the ultimate. With Tin and Bread coming up with some picks as well. Nathan Dragon, in fact, will be able to hold on to the OC. Wait, why was he muted? I mean, it just happens. I'm doing a lot of talking, all right? This is my second grand finals of the day. All right, I had a little tickle in my throat, had a little cough. It happens, I muted myself as to not cough into my mic. Calmods, appreciate the follow. Wheels down here from Brad with the Consumer Rush. There's a ton of damage. Playtoys has got to force that Bastion out of the fight. Uses the Nemesis form and the Annihilation to try to make that happen. But may have overextended with an OC now in play. Playtoys under a lot of duress, and she will go down. Mythoraya is able to answer back, but Brad's going to rotate the corner, pick up that kill. It's going to be a fight win here for Normal. Now they are approaching, getting a checkpoint of their own. Oh, no. No, your streamer was muted. Oh, I did that too, says Maddie. Notice Maddie has no sword. Let's check out this Deadeye from Zekis, actually. Dream Chaser's going to land a pulse, but Tin with a beautiful Suzu is able to clean off their Bastion and get the kill on a Dream Chaser. I can see why you were so high on Tin. Tin has been a nasty, nasty Kiri all day long. That was a brilliant move to save the Brad and keep Normal just marching on back towards regaining this lead here on Runasapi. Anybody whose name starts with D cannot be trusted. Never give up, reverse sweep. This is Carry. This is the lead, barely held on to from Mouses. And it will go the other direction. Brad clears off a little bit of space there with the ultimate. We'll pick up a kill on the Sekis and Mythoraya. Mythraya's Consumer Rush does hit the battlefield, but there's just not enough players left to really take advantage of it. Ella says it's 4 a.m., but watching Bull Skunk is worth it. Oh, you're too kind. Big hearts, Ella. Big hearts. We're here in second. Swap to a Widowmaker. I mean, just try to put a stop to this push. There's still so much time in the bank. Now, yeah, Nether Dragon not in the fight, so we do get a disengage, and Normal will back up. Ame says, let's go, Mouses. Try to claw tooth and nail back into this series. Sekis has moved over to a Sombra. 10 Consumer Rush thrown right down at Playtoys. Brad wheels down. A lot of damage just hurled at the Ramatra. Playtoys, I mean, it's first time playing a Ramatra today, but is looking pretty savvy with it. They're able to survive all of that great Vortex and try to deny a retreat. Unfortunately, you lose Dream Chaser in that. And now Nether Dragon with the OC has been able to kind of take Normal's turn when it should have been Playtoys' turn to push forward. Brewer is able to find Tachyon. Nether Dragon really interrupting the flow with that overclock and keeping normal in control, setting tempo here with less than a minute. Well, just over a minute, excuse me. Now, Seka's gonna pick on a Zendai fan. Hey, this might just be an opportunity. Keep an eye on Brad. Sitting here, wheels down. Seka's putting some damage from the bottom of the stairwell. Able to translocate up, find a hack on the Brober, and that will lead to a kill. So, still hope, still time for Mouses to get back into this. Not a whole lot of it, but they still have a little. 40 seconds to be precise. What are we looking at? Concern air rush? Ooh, the EMP. Let's see how we're going to set up for this EMP. Looks like a very quick re-engage setup here from normal. Brad has wheels down. EMP is over the top. He's going to hit 4. Brad immediately drops, and Zendai fan will not get that considered rush into this fight. Let's go to a decent POV here. How about a little Mithraya POV? That's the Gog of Death. Mouse's no time to celebrate too early. You've got support ults to work with. And so does the other side. It's going to be 4 ultimates from normal and try to close out this series, close out this championship. So Brad's going to drop the artillery strike in over the top. Consider Rush has been invested out of the Mithraya. Sound barrier lands. Zendai fan with the second sound barrier into the fight. Brad's going to find Sekis. When it's a +2 already in a normal. Playtoy's trying to hang on. Dream Chaser gets the pulse bomb up, but there's just nobody left. That is going to be a 4-0 and the Cinderella run completed. Dream Chaser does get the pulse at the very end. But GG's, congrats to your champions. Normal win your advanced division grand finals with a run all the way through the lower bracket. Unreal. Get that point on the board. Huge congrats. Normal are your advanced champions. Your 3rd seed. They got knocked out in the lower bracket after the very first round. Come back in and just put up a hell of a showing. My goodness. I mean, again, first time these two met, it was a 3-2. It was a Mouse's victory. I don't know what really changed. Looks like, I mean, a lot of the same players here, you know, very similar rosters playing from what we saw in the previous matchup. But man, very different story here today. Very different score line, most importantly. Stats there from map 4, I mean, heavily favored, favoring normal. I will say deaths are comparable. Bruber and Playtoys, both very close in damage. Playtoys actually comes out on top. She has 10-9. So, I mean, within 1,000 of each other. But Playtoys will walk away with most damage in that series. Or, I mean, in that map. But 20-3. Bruber has most damage as well as fewest deaths. Neko Dragon stepping into the DPS role for Zath. I mean, what an interesting look from normal. I can't wait to see this team in Expert. You know, we're going to have Nightmare rotation moving out of Expert and moving back into Master Division for Season 6. So, you know, we needed a team. We needed a team to play some Roadhog, to come fill the gap, to play some Torb, to play some Reaper. Come fill this gap. We've got it. Zaffin coming in. Appreciate the follow, my friend. Huge congrats on the championship. Way to go, normal. Let's go. Huge congrats. You're very welcome, Nether Dragon. It was a pleasure to get y'all on. A pleasure to get the match on. Happy we could get a look here at your advanced grand finals. Look forward to seeing both of these teams in Expert next season. So, you know, hopefully I'll get y'all get used to being on this stream. We'll get you on a few more times.